Keep your applause going now for David Arroyo as he comes out. Come on up, David Arroyo.
So I've read an article once that said if you go on 21 dates, you find true love. I was on date 40, and I still had not found my true love. And I was going through a really bad dating slump at the time. You know, I hadn't kissed a girl in a year. Every girl that I met didn't really like me. One girl ended the date saying, you know, David, you're just a pure nice guy, which translates to, I do not want to see you naked. So I was super excited one day when I came home and I looked at my OkCupid profile and I saw that I had a message from a girl named Betty. And I opened up her profile and it's just struck by how awesome this girl is. She hosts Doctor Who events at a local bar. She wears Lisa Loeb glasses. You know, she has freckles and she has like red hair and she snorts when she laughs, which is the sexiest thing I love, you know. And so we hit it off. We just start talking every night till the wee hours in the morning, just having a great time. And on our first date, we're at a bar, and she looks at me and she says, David, do you want to go to the bathroom? And I look at her and I just go, no, it's okay, I already went. And she's like, no, David, do you want to go to the bathroom with me? And I go, oh, okay, sure. So PG-13, guys, you know, we just wound up making out. Okay, don't worry. I'm a gentleman. And, you know, but afterwards I'm coming home and I'm just walking on air. I'm so happy. I felt like I was in one of those 80s movies, you know, the power ballads, you know, like the, you got the touch, you got the power, yeah! And I'm tipsy, you know, and I come home, I take a shower, I go on Facebook for a little bit, surf the net, go to sleep. The next day I get a phone call from Betty. And I pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, why did you do this to me? And I'm like, what? And she's like, why did you do this to me? What is wrong with you? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she just gets really quiet and she says, what did you post on Facebook, David? And I go on my Facebook, and not even remembering that I did this, I wrote, how well did my date go? We wound up in the bathroom. Idiots. And she's screaming at me, and she's telling me how horrible I am, what a jerk, blah, blah. And I'm going, I'm so sorry. I was tipsy. I didn't remember writing it. And she's like, that's no excuse. And I'm like, well, I didn't use your name. Somebody knows who you are. And she's like, no, people will know, David. People will know. And then she just gets really quiet, and she just says, David, don't talk to me. It's over. This is a red flag. And that was it. And a couple months go by. And I'm sitting at home, and I'm thinking about Betty. I'm thinking, man, I really screwed that one up, you know? And she was such a great girl. She was so awesome, you know? I kind of miss having her as a friend. And I say, you know what, let me just... And I go on my OkCupid profile, and I send her a message, and I just said, hey, man, it's me, Dave. I know things ended really badly between us, and I'm really sorry about that. But if you want to be friends, give me a call. The next day I come home and I have a message on my answering machine, and it's Betty, and she's like, hey, David, I got your message. Here's my number. Give me a call. Look forward to hearing from you. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So I call her up, and she's like, oh, my God, you called. How are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing okay. And how are you? And she goes, I'm fine. So I got your message. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pass. What? Yeah, I'm going to pass. I don't want to be friends with you. But hey, have a good life. Bye. Click. And I couldn't even get mad about it, you know, because I had screwed her over a couple of months ago, you know, and I was just getting what I deserved, you know. And I was so depressed about it. And then my friend calls me up, and he's like, David, let's go speed dating. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go speed dating. I just had this horrible experience. And he's like, dude, just put it out there, and whatever comes back, it's for you. Okay, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, that night, I went speed dating and I met my girlfriend. Thank you. And we've been together for about 4 years now. And, you know, I know she's a girl for me because I screw up a lot. Like the other night, we were sleeping in bed, and I had this dream that I dropped my laptop. So I reached out to grab my laptop, and I smacked her across the face. But you know, we work it out. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you meet somebody who takes the good and the bad, that's when you know they're the one. So, thank you.
David Arroyo.